Hi, Earth people. I am Chinghiz together with you. Today, July 9th, 2023. And first about means urgency, about coming summit of NATO in Vilnius, Lithuania. And Ukraine membership to this organization. This position, what I seeing, listen, NATO members countries, particular United States, France, and other countries. About Hungary, we know. About Erdogan, Turkey, we know. About United States, of course, this again, I believe in that this wrong position of Biden administration. As this final decision is wrong. Ukraine should be invited on this summit to NATO. This process. This process can be, yes, during this war in Ukraine, can be extended, but as fact, it's fact, so crucial, so important. Because once you invited, you can't say, hey, they rethink that. It's not real. But we all agreed, including United States, NATO, Ukraine will NATO member after end of war. So use this tactic, invite Ukraine officially. But process can be extended during this war. And I believe, and absolute majority believe, Ukraine will remove Putin's troops from Ukraine, including from Crimea, very soon. It's possible even before end of this year or no later than next year. But if we needed weapon, which also in this case, again, United States, because this shameful Sullivan, Biden can say he decided his position, Sullivan as advisor. This not, I know that exactly. This policy, and behind Jack Sullivan, I know who. I several times said about that, not only Sullivan case, about political establishment of Western countries, how they belong to this system which ruled the world. And this system, as you see, undeniably evil, satanic, bullshit, injustice. The system, financial system, because world is monetary world, and who own this system, we also know. I exactly saying you who behind Federal Reserve Bank of England, and they behind after World War II, they behind World Bank, International Monetary Fund, International Bank of Settlement, and etc. And they own this system. They rule it. World political establishment fully belong to this system. Means don't. Okay. And this in concrete cases means no matter one more other less in United States case, they are mainly the political establishment of two-party structure. This also because Rothschild and Co. is a rule when less parties. And thereby the lobby schemes, donations in politics, corporations' money in politics, huge dark money in politics, by lobby schemes, money laundering, and etc. Ruled United States political establishment. This means there are persons, no matter who in White House, Republican or Democrat, again, one more other less, but Rothschild and Co. in both sides. This also, no doubt. They very known method. Be everywhere, yeah. Done. They're not saying about that, for example, to Biden. Hey, Biden, this, me, Rothschild and Co., they are Sullivan is our boy, except if you will, when you will in White House, we together. This is not political establishment controlled by Rothschild and Co. by schemes, lobby schemes. And Biden and any other politicians of the United States allow that. And it's very bad to the United States. Republican more, we all seen who Trump and what he did, including coup attempt, including treason with top secret dogs, and etc. And Joe Biden, very, my English, very no covert, but not, no vote, of course, no vote. There's no question, but less than that. From start was, each time they wrong position, and it's because Sullivan, Jack Sullivan, no escalate. I give weapon to Ukraine, I demanded, and others to give. Just before Putin intervention, give. Putin will. Ukraine should be prepared for protect the country. Ukraine without arm. No. This escalation, if we will intervene, we will as firmly, unwavering, stand with Ukraine. And you have what you have. Genocide, all these tragedies, mess. Putin was at Kiev. Accountability. No problem. When you're doing wrong, say that. It's good. This, of course, starts from Trump time, this position. If we intervene, we will react. And this, I know exactly, this Putler position. He agreed with Trump in this case. Hey, your position, United States of America. Your position should be that. This is about Trump in White House. Your position, United States of America, should be that, said Putler. If I will intervene, we will start help Ukraine. If not, there can't be some serious aid. So good. So advances position you given to Putler. There should be accountability for that wrong. But Sullivan's still there. And Biden good with that. Afghanistan one wrong. Again, I saying that this grave wrong, this forum leave Afghanistan. They are not doing sense. They are Taliban, Al-Qaeda. They same terrorist organization, and if need, they again will together. It's so obvious. You give terrorist organization authority of Afghanistan. And this very wrong. They are people, they are women, girls. In prison, even more, even bad. You did, United States, you did that. Torch of liberty. And you deny your mistakes. Again, this also starts from Trump time. But Biden is not Trump, no Republican. He should be reject Trump this position on Ukraine case, on Afghanistan case. But he didn't. And later more, again, even today, Ukraine not yet have very needed weapons. Such weapons already sent by allies to Ukraine, but not enough quantity from Britain. More than 200 miles, 250 kilometers rockets. Storm, I'll not recall full name. These rockets have Germany, France, and they also announced they will, but they not yet. And why they not yet? Who blocked them? And United States ATACMS. So needed, so obvious. Why are you not doing that? For what you waiting? For what you waiting, huh? There are people dying. There are people battling. For you too, this is so obvious. For you too, United States of America and EU and NATO, for you too. This, nobody of you can deny that. Front line. And Ukraine fighting, asking you again, give me this. Close my ears, give me air defense system, give me military jets, give me these ATACMS, 300-kilometer rockets. In Patriot you give, but other two, at least they have even, should be more, but at least two, ATACMS and F-16s. Also, there are not enough tanks, not yet. For ATACMS, they should be urgent because they are already HIMARS. HIMARS Ukraine already have. This will very quickly, Ukraine can use that. They already experienced soldiers, officers, militaries who using these HIMARS. They will easily launch, use ATACMS. And how this crucial. Who stopped that? Who stopped that? They doing so wrong. I'm talking about United States. And they position Ukraine not yet, not have enough during war, not have enough. It's no good means idea allow Ukraine to NATO membership. But after war, yes, after end of war, yes. But I said you, and this Ben Hodge, General Ben Hodge offer, I very agreed with his position. This very good idea and so crucial. Invite Ukraine, and all will know, and Ukraine too. Ukraine already in NATO, but this will happen when war will end. In this Vilnius summit should be happening that, and I call United States and other countries back this formula. About cluster munition. Of course, this, if normally, of course, this no good ammunition. But which situation? Huh? And who do that? Who did that? Countries who blah blah about cluster bomb, how this bad, no good. You appease Putin, you invite Putin intervene Ukraine, means that. Your appeasement means that. I can read, I can all this fact check. Germany, France, sometimes United States, Italy, Berlusconi time. Germany even did when Putin invaded Georgia, 2008, Bush time. NATO and Baltic state NATO members, there should be some preparation, NATO ally, for send some protective troops to eastern flank, means to Baltic states border with Russia, because this, and as now we know how this was serious. But some of NATO member countries blocked that. Who? Germany. Angela Merkel. How she can? Which reason? Which reason? And result of that, continuation of that position, occupation, annexation of territory of Ukraine in 2014, also very less reaction, as normal. Huh? When Ukraine start fight, when army even not was there, normal army, when heroic Ukrainian people in Maidan remove Putler, Paul Yanukovych from authority. But this nation can organize, President Poroshenko was organized in this situation when no less arms bad army, not prepared, and they are volunteer, very helpful. They all joined as truly heroic nation, and they can stop Putler on position in eastern Ukraine, Lugansk and Donetsk region. Your wrongs, your mistakes, and you allow all this your wrongs, mistake as normal. Try ignore, and this not normal. And today this, if Ukraine have from starting army Ukraine, and of course today already in process, already have F-16 and attacks and enough kind of tanks, it is all that. And situation will be much more different. Generals can confirm what I'm saying now. Maybe already Russian troops in process fully removed from Ukraine. But not yet, even today not yet. And here cluster bombs with which Putler used it even from 2014, starting from 2014 war against Ukraine, cluster bombs. Human rights organization doing their job, Ukrainian authority. They are no place, they sided with one side. They are fact check. Human Rights Watch, when in this war, Putler attacked civilian area by cluster bombs in Kramatorsk railway station. Now how many people have died? And there was cluster bomb, and Human Rights Watch showed that as fact check, docs, and written report about that and revealed that worldwide. And said this war crime. And that's true because Putler used that against civilians in residential areas, knowingly, intentionally. Attacked railway station, Kramatorsk, attacked theater in Mariupol when they know their children, their Bucha, many other genocidal action of Putler, and all that war crimes. By this war, Ukraine fighting, Ukraine not have enough ammunition, and other part using fully cluster bombs, including against civilians. But Ukraine should fight them, this reality, fascist army of Putler into Ukraine, again by genocides, by war crimes. And you're failing fully arm Ukraine, and come to the situation when, again I can repeat, they already, if they are ATACMS, maybe not will need in cluster bombs. It's previously have ATACMS. Half year ago, several months ago, for example, half year, their HIMARS and ATACMS can be. This station there, I think different. in front, in battlefield. And now cluster bomb, okay, but Ukraine take obligation will use only against military, put their military, this fortification, this trench, etc., where several level, at least 3 level, 30 kilometer. And in this situation with this online happening, cluster bomb can and will helpful. So this about cluster bombs. Again, their obligation from Ukraine. Defense Minister Reznikov said that. This means Zelensky said that. So take this very seriously, Ukraine side. Never use cluster bomb near residential civilian areas. Only on military battlefield. And this can be helpful. Also, we know Ukraine, United States, even Russia too, and at least there are different figures. More than 70 countries not signed this convention about cluster bombs. More than 120 countries signed it, and more than 70 not. Among them, United States, Russia, even China, Ukraine, and this about dogs. So, very crucial time. Ukraine starts offensive. And we also know, and Zaluzhny, commander-in-chief of military force of Ukraine, said that they are very needed weapons for do as planned mobile forum, this counter-offensive operation successfully and near time, which should be quick victory. Another very crucial point, we all should maximum forum help Ukraine for win immediately, quickly. Who will against that? Jack Sullivan. They obviously, in my opinion, because in Ukraine happened genocidal war, full-scale intervention by Putin troops, and if we not will stand literally firmly with Ukraine by unwavering support, means weapons, which one I said again, and Zelensky team asking you officially for that weapons, there without delay should all that happen. And quick victory means Putin will lose. Putin, as a result of that, this is already second stage. First stage, we liberated Ukraine. This is so crucial. We fact-tracking Putin army. This is so crucial, so important for Europe, for Europe security, for world order we protect the world order for United States national security, two very crucial, very important. China watching, monitoring. How are you reacting? Prepare intervene Taiwan. And such position of United States in Taiwan case, China not Putler. So obvious. And of course we can and will stop Xi Jinping. CCP means army. If we will prepare. If China will decide and we will prepare fully, immediately, we will stop. I believe Taiwanese people will also heroically stand for their land. And our help will be crucial. Immediately, fully. And Chinese army will fail. No doubt. Another one, then China will take Taiwan. You can blah, blah, can this not will do sense. This reality, you declare your stand with Taiwan, or several words about China, Taiwan, and this should be, but after these words, there should be action. Jack Sullivan will say, hey, no escalate. When we intervene, we will react, and you will lose. And there people will die. It's nothing. United States can't be evil country. Can't be. Counting how many people there can die because they doing wrong policy. No escalate, no escalate. This purely evil position, not only wrong, evil position. If you choose stand, do that. We're not talking intervene Russian territory. I never said that. So, as one team, there was wrong. You should accept these wrong mistakes and go to this path. Already this in past, you can't change this decision which was in past means, but today already should be done right things. Stand with Ukraine finally. Fight, help by stand with Ukraine. We should fight for full and quick win of Ukraine. Full and quickly, Ukraine can remove Putler from Ukraine. And we all should help for that. And I also believe this process in Russia will very good chance for Russian people. Because the fascist, chauvinist, authoritarian ideology of Russia will lose finally. They not will seriously some serious attempt action continue this chauvinism policy, as was in Germany when neo-Nazi authority of Germany collapsed, lose, and German people decide never again. In Russia should happen that, and we should prepare for help for that. Only democratic Russia, and this means there can't be military state as now. This all matter. But in time, in process, we will do that together with Russian people. They pro-democracy leaders, I believe in that they will have enough support from Russian people, and they will finally reject chauvinism ideology, neo-imperialism ideology. Means Russia will change, new Russia, with new territory, because the national unit of Russian Federation will live against this unstoppable. I said that. Because fascist, chauvinism policy, decades of years of Russia, Russian is fascist authority. And it's good, we should prepare for that. And with new Russia, with new doctrine, only peaceful country, there should be framed military quantity of Russia, limited means. We should participate on this process. And it's very important. Russia can't be still military country, military capable country for continue to treat neighbors. Never, never again. And we should prepare for that. Simply standing, helping Russian people and the new leaders, which have position, and I already said which position. European country without aggression ambitions, without neocolonialism ambition and targets. This summit in Vilnius should be finally very crucial meeting. They should be decided, sent, finally sent. They are officially announced by United States 2 military jets, F-16s, about ATACMS, I already said. The anti-drone system also very urgently needed, because Putler, using his majority quantity, majority of no good weapon, but majority, and also new one. Iran helping, China helping, Erdogan of Turkey helping, Zelensky. We very quickly forgot Erdogan, one of five country leaders, who continue today help Putin avoid sanctions. What this means, President of Ukraine? What do you think? Is it acceptable for you? If Erdogan helping Putin bomb you, kill your people, attack Lvov, Kramatorsk, Kiev, this is because help of Turkey too. Fact check, confirmed, verified. Kazakhstan of Tokayev, Zelensky, Erdogan of Turkey, United Arab Emirates, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan of Ilham Aliyev, which not mentioned even by United States. Erdogan say welcome when he know after war will end. And of course, this means Zelensky, this obviously. Putin losing, Putin will remove from office. Even today, this can happen because already COVID and weak Putin, undeniable, thanks to Prigozhin, who also was afraid. That's true. Both afraid. But as we've seen, Putin much more COVID than Prigozhin. First leave Moscow immediately and quickly. Putin will be removed from, and there will new authority in Russia. And this new situation. And in today's situation, he continued sided with Putin, Zelensky. This Erdogan, I very good know him. He declared it using all this situation, tactic, counting of that. And this one, as I said, too, is about Turkey and other countries. United States, EU announced they will very seriously block third country help Putin avoid sanctions because this sanctions was passed, launched 11 pocket, coming to 12 in EU, United States together they acting. This has some impact, but because this country helping Putin, including Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan too, and this means China. China also, they are not mentioned, but China. And Putin producing these rockets, and even today, new one, which rockets produced Putin army, or means military industry. There are even Western countries, cheap scams, also fact check. There are Western countries playing middleman role. Means you are not seriously take this, your sanctions, but not taking control of that, about implementation. You're failing. Therefore, crucial when you will, and this should be happen, launch very serious sanctions, painful sanctions against third countries who helping Putin avoid sanctions. And this country name known. I say. About Ukraine, I directly asking Zelensky, Vladimir, this, this fact, if not what I now will say, not serious wars, I'm not to say that. It's not about about Mukhtar Ablyazov, okay? Mukhtar Ablyazov case was listened in SMBU, National Security Council of Ukraine. Who Mukhtar Ablyazov? Zelensky, for you. Or to Danilov, secretary of SMBU. You don't know him? He against Ukraine, who have so much ill fantasy, illness, ill. Can't say that. Because exactly 180 degrees to reality. Mukhtar Ablyazov fully on Ukraine side with Ukrainian people against Putler, and also he Kazakhstan opposition, one of opposition leader in exile, and he was in exile after he was punished in Kazakhstan, jailed, all that, because he go against daytime Kazakhstan President Nazarbayev. For that, he was removed from his position as minister. Member of government was jailed. Family was also seriously affected, and he, after battle, can leave Kazakhstan. Now he in France, and he fighting this authoritarian and brutal regime of Kazakhstan, Nazarbayev, Tokayev. And also we already know, and Zelensky also confirmed that by sanctioning Tokayev authority is firm, because Kazakhstan helping Putler very seriously, and Mukhtar Ablyazov very correctly saying about that, why exactly correct figures, how seriously Tokayev helping Putler avoid sanctions. And also he said, because, and I in same position I was criticizing this person who was one time officially in part of your authority, Vladimir Aristovich and others. And in media too, very wrong position. The fact, I think that they say no, Tokayev good. This Gordon Mordon, yeah, so too. It's good if Gordon come to true position. And others. It's good that they can realize they was wrong, sorry for that, and continue. It's normally. But if not, and continuation this wrong position, this very bad, and several Ukrainian officials also was in wrong position about Tokayev authority, including officials I mean Verkhovna Rada members, several, openly pro-Tokayev. Tokayev who ordered it publicly. Massacre against Kazakh people in June 20 last year in June. This not enough for you, for Tokayev. And this because Putler Serdyukov did that. And Tokayev allowed that and publicly announced that. Opium fire without warnings. Means kill. Seeing civilian go, no matter their children was killed too. Opium fire kill. Because terrorists, they this. Authoritarian regime same. Very little different they have. Generally, they same. And this Tokayev, of course, come to authority because Putler. And this Tokayev who finally United States and others realized that the intelligence knew much more earlier, of course. Fully helping Putin avoid sanctions and view. And finally there was announcement of that they will sanction it. But your officials, which one I said, will continue praise Tokayev. Tokayev said that in public. This for fool, for morons. This is so obvious. Politicians were actively using this method. Publicly, they can fight by words, one other. As this Putler very famous method, and this not Putler method, this KGB method, intelligence method. Publicly as the antagonist, but truly they ally. And Tokayev put in concreticos was that. Truly they ally, but publicly they blah blah sometimes. And these morons, if they believe to Tokayev and they allow this as true, this method, they're morons, this obvious. Or if they know this game, this trick of Tokayev, but continue to try mislead people, Aristovich, others, who they? And therefore, this question, why Mukhtar Ablyazov case come to SMBO? Because these parliament members, lawmakers, pro-Tokayev, you already Ukraine, democratic country, you choose that by fighting for that. You can't allow such wrong thing happen. I say. And also about Mukhtar Ablyazov case, who can help because after Tokayev visit to France, this shameful Macron allow his demand Actually, Tokayev demand extradition of Mukhtar Abulyazev to Kazakhstan, but Macron decided push him leave France for third country which will agreed allow him. This decision by court already was ruled, and Mukhtar Abulyazev now in appeal, go to appeal court, and he said there are financial problems, this all money, and he asked for financial help for on his fight by court, by appeal court, this for change the previous court decision. Who can help Mukhtar Abulyazev, a good man, and Kazakhstan people also believe in him. Of course, revolution, change come in Kazakhstan too. All they link it, Ilham Aliyev, Tokayev, and others, link it to Putin, direct to Putin. Putin will go very soon. And this means Ilham Aliyev, Tokayev also will go. They are not, no way they will stay. And Mukhtar Abulyazev, man who backed by Kazakhstan people. I say, and good man. I know him, how you fighting this, and good man is good man. Look, this man, if you will recognize him, people. President of Georgia, two-term, who reformed Georgia, turned Georgia from authoritarian regime where it was as mafia state to democratic state. Transparency, not mainly that, mainly that. And this was as one very concrete, my English, example for countries where Opposition also declared they will fight counter-authoritarian regime, come to democracy, they will fight corruption. Saakashvili did that literally. Now he punished for that. This Saakashvili, Mikheil Saakashvili. Ivanishvili, this condom Ivanishvili in Russia, Gandon Ivanishvili, Kозел, блядь. Very criminal person, Ivanishvili, who even can buy court judges, even in Singapore. And he did his billions directly and fully because Putler, his Putler structure person. And because Putler order, he arrested Saakashvili and their mafia also, which Saakashvili very successful fight them and remove them from Georgia. Arrested them, others was go exile because they understand Georgia already no place for mafia groups. There's transparency. Who will act transparently? Did crime transparently? Only Queen or Elizabeth can, and now his son in Britain. And others, MBS transparently committed crime and remain untouchable. Maybe Ivanishvili also think that. But United States, EU, world order, you're fighting for protect world order. In such form, you're fighting. Georgia remain, means Ivanishvili remain in appeasement too, and there should be already accountability. He obviously, this Ivanishvili doing, because Putler, okay, no other name, no say other name, because you will wrong. Putler, Ivanishvili, they both killing Saakashvili before your eyes. He not yet, not die. We can survive him. Needed push this condom Ivanishvili. How all his money in your hand. All his money in your hand. And other things. No by words, strong word, demand, and when action less, this not will work. Not will work. Zelensky tried did something. He tried act bold, but Ukraine what can do? Solely. Eventually money not in Ukraine hand. Eventually opportunity not in Ukraine hand. He can expel Georgia ambassador, suspend, expel, demand Saakashvili release because Saakashvili Ukrainian citizen. And Ukraine have full right demand release of Saakashvili. He urgently need, as you see, this dog, Saakashvili urgently need in treatment. In Georgia, as we sing No Way, they under treatment, killing him. And will. No doubt, will. If we not will prevent. Do that. Western countries. Countries rule of law, democracies, human rights. Do that. Israel is apartheid state. Apartheid for me, and this should be for all. This means fascism. Apartheid, if you look, definition, all same. Supremacism. Apartheid means racism, of course. Racism is supremacism, one above other. In this case, Jewish supremacists above Palestinian beings. And fact check. Kenneth wrote, the Israeli military incursion in the Jenin refugee camp is fresh. Another massacre, another seriously violation of international law norm, and this should be as war crime, So Kenneth wrote, continue. The Israeli military's incursion in the Jenin refugee camp is only the latest action requiring International Criminal Court scrutiny. Where is that long-delayed investigation? He asked him. And I also asked, I already said once time, previously time, asked Mr. Khan, prosecutor of International Criminal Court. There was woman prosecutor. If not correct, sorry, Fatou Bensouda, I think. She opened this investigation. This was very important, very needed. But after that, short after that, she left his office, half year or 1 year. And today's current prosecutor now there, but after that, no development on this case. But this very serious case, their blockbuster of violation of international law and norm, International Criminal Court. Blockbuster means much more than others did, others country leaders did. In Sudan was Omar Bashir. In Africa, some country was. But Israel, fascist authority, did much more. Times, much more. Several times. Starting from 45 years ago, approximately, particular. Starting from, not from Nakba time, The actually was start from Nakba time, but much more already 1967. And the genuine refugee camp were these people who was living in Israel, today's Israel borderland. Also, they was living in Eastern Jerusalem. They was removed by force. And also from West Bank. For this camp, they was replaced from their home, from their land in West Bank. Now they attacked this camp. Genuine refugee camp means that. Twelve Palestinians and one Israeli soldier were killed when Israel military launches two-day incursion in Jenin refugee camp. This is Netanyahu, no other. Netanyahu, Smotrich, Ben Gvir. Special United Nations Special Rapporteur of Occupied Palestine territory, Francesca Albanese. Shortly treat, I will read. First, heartbreaking to see a new tragedy unfolding in Jenin, with aerial ground attacks against a refugee camp, forcing its residents who originate from modern-day Israel and have lived dispossessed, traumatized, and under occupation since 1967 to flee in fear. Israel's conduct cannot be justified under international law. Its large use of lethal force against protected persons, wanton destruction of civilian infrastructure, launch of tear gas against the hospital, and its hampering medical access to the wounded constitute prima facie war crimes. Very correct. Francesca Albanese continue. This is part of the structural violence of 56 years of occupation maintained to allow the expansion of the colonies in occupied territory, absolutely prohibited under international law. Israel confuses its security with the security of its irredeemably unlawful annexation plan. For this relentless violence to end, Israel's occupation must end. Superficial corrections or marginal improvements will not suffice because it is wrong to the core. Until the international community takes decisive action, political, economic, it will help perpetuate this flawed system. Tweeted Francesca Albanese, Special Rapporteur of Occupied Territory, Palestine. Here another tweet from Francesca. I try. Mementos maybe here. Not. From Anver Gvaryahu tweet. Israel is neither interested nor able to demand accountability from members of the security forces who kill and injure Palestinians without justification. I'm reading again. Israel is neither interested nor able to demand accountability from members of the security forces who kill and injure Palestinians without justification. This is out of tacit agreement that the Israeli regime is founded on violence against Palestinians and that soldiers and militiamen are sent under orders to carry it out. Anver Gvaryahu tweeted about this fact when uh, one, I can say, disabled Palestinian man, ill, was some disabled. Uh, he was he was ungunned man, no weapon, no aggressiveness. He addition was have health problem as disabled. Okay, was killed by Palestinian soldiers. This was happening in 2020. Yesterday, I think this yesterday or before yesterday, this flash, court of Israel, because Palestine in their land, nations have land, United Nations, international law, norm, international world order. Palestine not have court, not have police, not have hospitals, not have not. Okay, they killed by Israelis, fascists, and they go Palestinians who lost their dears, they go to Israel court. And Israel court ruled it, and this plenty such cases was happening and happening. Israel court ruled it. Jewish is supremacist. They above international world order, above international law and norm. They can kill innocent people, unarmed people, if they Palestinian. For that, they can't be punished by court. Means that. And when mother of this man was killed by Israeli, leave court on the pedestrian side there was people, journalists, more including this another condom is good for them for characterize. Yeah, fascist is fascist, criminal is criminal. They imposition hating, humanity hating people. And this concrete case, I said about Ivanishvili, I said about Putler, I said about Netanyahu, I said about Kushner, I said about MBS, I said, and this Trump, and etc. And even more, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is Jewish supremacist. I know that exactly. And for that reason, he was acting, giving your data to Cambridge Analytica, to Kogan, Putler Pau, Kogan, and Cambridge Analytica, and they used that for put Trump in White House and also fraud Brexit. And Trump in White House what did? Approve annexation of Holland Heights, approve annexation of part of West Bank, etc. And also decide move embassy of United States from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Means clearly and undeniably strongly pro-fascist Israel. And Mark Zuckerberg, part of that. Again, I know that exactly. I say. Okay. And Ben Gvir there. Woman, this mother, live in court, without hope, without nothing. His son killed, innocent, by Israel soldiers. Court say, he not guilty. Go away. And Ben Gvir, justice minister in Netanyahu extremist government, called this woman who faced these injustices in Israel court, called this woman, hey, you terrorist, go away. Israel Minister of Justice. Shut up and go away, you terrorist. His son killed. Her son killed. Such thing happening in Israel and much more. And these Western countries who declared they're fighting for democracy, human rights, world order, they try to downplay Israel apartheid regime crimes. United States continue to call Israel ally. This is very bad and very seriously devastatingly can be to United States national security. If White House not yet not understand that, not realize that, this means they no care. They think, no, United States will okay. Not okay if you will continue back apartheid regime of Israel. United States, you not feel okay with that. I said that. You shall change your position. You shall punish extremist government of Israel. Push him. Immediately stop annexation process. Immediately stop new settlements. And start go away from Palestine. And embassy, of course, also should return back to Tel Aviv. This is what shall do United States. Same shall do European Union. And of course, there should be boycott of Israel products which was made in occupied territory of Palestine. This is not for discuss. But we're seeing exactly this happening. Britain, so-called democracy, one of democracy in the world, but actually one of criminal hub center in world of the world, undeniably one of money laundering hub and this crime. So one of criminal center of the world is Britain, and this criminal center of the world passed a bill which banned boycott of Israel food, goods, or other protest action, calling for boycott Israel food goods, which made in occupied territory. But there should be even more. We should stop this extremist authority of Israel. We should decide stop this aid for freeze, means freeze. Not finally stop, but freeze to Israel today's government, extremist government. This shall do United States, this shall do Britain and other European countries. EU, who passes such bill, EU passed it, banned it by products from Israel which made in occupied territory. This is good sign, but it's not enough, as we see, because you continue allow Israel as usual, and Israel also as usual continue commit in increasing form war crimes. And in one hand, you protecting, downplaying such criminals as Netanyahu and co. But in other hand, you demanding punish persons who committed these war crimes. This happening transparently before Earth's people eyes, and this is very bad for you. If you will realize that without delay, how this is bad for you, for your not only image, EU and EU member countries, Germany, Baltic states, Estonia. You're fighting for justice, fighting fascism or Putin. This is very good. But you try to deny Israel fascism. Think about that. How this bad for your country national security. There should be concrete cases. Position, we should act as one team, and concrete positions. They are fact-checked, confirmed, verified. Israel apartheid regime and Israel authority and its forces committed war crimes. And for that, there should be accountability. They should be punished by International Criminal Court. There should be sanctions. There should be boycotts. All that are our measures against today apartheid regime of Israel. This is crucial, and this should happen without delay. Our decision, we should announce that Israel apartheid regime never will accept it. I say. Climate crisis. People, climate crisis, this death sentence. Please realize that in your mind. If you will fail, you will die. So simply realize that in your mind. That true, that really happening. There's no conspiracy, no fantasy, not lie, not disinfo. This all true, what in reality happening, and this saying scientist means your civilization or planet Earth, your mind, your brain saying that, scientist. This is happening. And I say you, and scientists also confirming that in some point, if you will broke concrete 1.5 degrees Celsius line, if you will broke, you not will able keep means stop warming of planet Earth. You simply not will able stop warming of planet Earth's atmosphere. Means climate change will occur and will occur in apocalyptic form with cataclysms. I call that avalanche effect. Your deadline 2035. If you will go zero emission economy by 2035, no later, you will survive. If not, you will die. You today have chance, not less, no, I'm not using this. You have chance, normal chance, prevent that. It's not too late, not very less. If you will start act immediately, and you shall do that because it's about your existence, about your extinction. Very simple. You losing your habitat, you die. And you losing. There are not chance for adaptation, not will occur. Because already happening. All that what I said you, there's no prediction was, and what I said is not never prediction, this about what will happen. This is about universe unity and my mission from universe unity. And we know exactly what happening and what will happen. It's not prediction. But also when I saying that what happening and what will happen, I saying what we can do for prevent that. But in this case, you failing. You shall act, but you failing. You failing, you will die. Climate crisis, this death sentence to humanity. To today's life species, absolute majority of them, including to humanity. Extinction will unavoidable and unstoppable. The 1.5 degrees Celsius, if you will broke, this will immediately start trigger many tipping points, and this tipping point will trigger even much more. I think that there will cataclysm form, earthquakes, volcanoes, too. The tsunami will much more worse than it was in Fukushima. And also, in some point, possible impact from space. This I say. And scientists confirming about tipping points, about how if you will broke 1.5 degrees Celsius, this will you're not able to stop further warming of planet Earth. And this did you is handmade. You know? Who did that? You also know. Why they did that, you also know. I said that repeatedly. You know them, who they, their names, where they, and why they doing that. Did that and continue to do that. This system did this create this climate crisis, but exactly we shall say name. Owner of this system did that. And this owner of big banks, owner of big fossil fuels, and etc. They intentionally did that. We have undeniable fact check, confirmed verified docs in ExxonMobil case, in Shell case, even in BP case. They decades and decades of years, 50 years ago, they know that. And when they know that, they even increase their production. And this fact check, confirm it, verified. And who they? And today, before your very eyes, they continue greenwash you, continue resist when each day so crucial. They continue play delay, continue blah blah about 2050, net zero, which not exist, exists 2035, period. And do that, what I said, zero emission economy by 2035, no later. Do that not difficult, need simply do that. But this system and this political establishment, today's, not will act. People not will act, believe me, because system, they underdone. They fully belong. There are plenty of scams, squat, Rothschild and Co. scam, lobbies, $trillions they have, and 92% of Wall Street they have. Media, I seriously, lobby scams. Some initiative, they're coming, block. They're on this line and this not change, and not will change. Half of measures not will helpful. They will use this tactic. They will announce some action, but when you will and you shall realize immediately. In this point, I call scientists. You shall immediately react to such announcement from political establishment, from United States leadership, from EU, etc. If this half of measures, this clearly not helpful, because climate crisis not stable from something, and you today acting some half of measures means half of problem you resolve, but this stable thing remain stable but already half resolved, and after that your next step, this not exist. This simply not exist. This not have. Who's saying that? They're lying you. They're fooling you, misleading you. Half of measures they will act is possible, but climate crisis will much more sharply even increase, and this half of measures will shortly, very, very near, yes, quickly will fail. Nothing means not helpful. Nothing. Something nothing. Realize that this is about physics of planet. Now scientists, what I'm saying, they confirm it. Kevin Anderson, one of respectful climate scientist professor. Mikheil Flamme tweeting about their tweet, but I take only one. After that, I will show you Kevin Anderson himself shortly video. Mikheil Flamme. Professor Kevin Anderson is addressing all of us in very clear words. And quote from Kevin Anderson's speech. Quote, we are heading towards 3 to 4 degrees Celsius of warming across this century, an absolute climate catastrophe for all species, including our own. Absolute climate catastrophe for all species, including our own. And all we are doing so far is giving rhetoric and optimism and greenwash, correct and concrete. About this 3 to 4 degrees Celsius, I say you by 2050, this possible, even likely, is possible. You this can, if you will fail, you will have 5 degrees Celsius. Even by 2050, and before century, you will have much more, of course, 7 likely. It's death for you. Remember not the habitat. You will lose habitat and you will die. You're not able to adapt to such cataclysm of planet's climate. All will crack down. All. Food chain, agriculture, simple things you will lose. Even simple things. Social programs, all will crack down, people. So obvious, all will crack down. You today are fighting for some money for your rights, but climate crisis will destroy all that. What you will do? Poor country first will die. Now listen, Kevin Anderson video. After that, I will continue.
What we've seen in the last few years is that countries have made these various promises about what they're going to do about climate change. And a really optimistic reading of that, often given by people like the UN and some other climate academics, they say, we're heading towards 2.7 degrees of warming. Well, first, let's be clear, 2.7 degrees of warming at a global average level is itself a disaster. I mean, these temperatures are not spread evenly around the planet. So that is like moving to a different planet. It's not the one that we live on today. But in addition to that, holding to 2.7 relies on a huge amount of optimism by the analysts and by the UN. It's not embedded in the commitments the governments are making. You look at those commitments and you extend them out beyond the time frame that they're normally talking about, which is only, say, to 2030. And then we're much more likely to be heading towards 3 or 4 degrees centigrade of warming. This 2.7 is optimistic because it is relying on future generations, our children and our grandchildren, to develop technologies that will remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Not small quantities of carbon dioxide, hundreds of billions of tons of carbon dioxide to be removed from the atmosphere and stored safely somewhere underground. That we're relying on these future generations to develop the technologies that we don't have today. We have a few pilot schemes and a few ideas and a few professors' minds. There is nothing out there of any scale that we're talking about. So we are having to imagine a future that's going to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere because we are running too scared of the political repercussions of actually driving the emissions out of the system today.
Kevin Anderson. This is what, and here are the video. Professor Stefan Ransdorf. Here in German, I was translated, but sorry, here, translated version. not have. He here in German saying, I remember, or translate. This, he replying to this video, which I will show you, from Zaragoza, Spain. Zaragoza, Spain. There, what happening to you as people and to nature, to planet's climate, because you means who owned the system did that. How you this affected you, start affected you. But today you on level 1.1, 1.2 degrees Celsius. You have that. Realize that. This death sentence to you. And Stefan Ramsdorff said, this escalation of climate crisis, so obvious. Who will deny that? His reply means that. Sorry if not so literally I translate, but means that. Now this video. Look, Spain, this is Europe, European Union. Greta, what they doing? They try arrest us. They plan arrest or means punish Greta Thunberg. Fine her, at least. Their tweet from Guardian. Greta Thunberg charged with disobeying Swedish police during oil protest. And we're talking about peaceful protest. Steven Donziger, breaking. Climate leader Greta Thunberg faces 6 months in prison after being charged by Sweden with blocking oil tankers in an act of peaceful civil disobedience. Love her courage in the face of the utter cowardice of Swedish authorities, tweeted Steven. And he tweeting this info from Dagens Nyheter. Their headline, Greta Thunberg arrested, charged with disobeying Swedish police. Greta Thunberg was arrested last month and charged by Swedish authorities Wednesday in connection to a protest last month. And this Greta police arrested her. They thinking about that. There should be urgency. by world leaders, particularly developed countries, officially announcement of climate emergency and act same forum by using as Marshall Plan, other one you will fail. You in wartime, as and need same plan as Marshall Plan. Why you not realize that? Putler cracked down this dam in Novakhovka in Ukraine. Blockbuster. People die, wild species die, agriculture destroy homes, cities. But it's not because dump. It's because planet Earth and the system owners did that. And this will happen worldwide on all countries, much more powerful and quantity much more repeatedly in intensity of that. And not only flood, they are heat wave records. They are 3 days change, Next day was hotter. Global temperature. More than 17 degrees Celsius. Global altogether. These records, these all deadly. These all should show you, and scientists saying that, Kevin Anderson said, Stefan Ramsdorff said, Johan Rockström said, and other scientists, many. And this happening. This is not prediction because the scientists research, their figures, their facts, they after that revealing this report, what this means. But what they already reveal, what this means, already happening, even much more quicker and much more devastating form. And this also, scientists start confirming, yes, this scientist not was in position, such thing can happen. But happening. Warming of surface of oceans, particularly North Atlantic. El Nino very aggressively start affected. Melting ice of Greenland, Arctic, Antarctic. Cause of that, for what this will come. Wildfires. Canada, one of the developed countries, G7. Very pathetic before this nature when such thing happening to nature. Stop that, can't. And this small one, very weak and small one, what happened to Canada wildfire, this weak and small one, and this country failing, stop that as needed, because not have such opportunity. In nature itself, there will rain, there will other things, and good. Please send hurricane, no hurricane, rain. Rain send, please. high-tech civilization. High-tech civilization of planet Earth. Marshall Plan needed. And I say you again, who ruled the world? They truly have faith to Satan, the evil, and their lifestyle, same, satanic lifestyle, Jeff Epstein, their lifestyle, their comfort. This also matter for them. Sodom Gomorrah forum lifestyle, narco, heroin, cocaine, pedophilism, 11, 15 years old. They all sweet Thai before camera, Rothschild and Co. Billionaires, famous, respectful persons. Jeff Epstein can reveal risk have. And they kill him. There was homicide, but they try mislead you, saying there was suicide. This Trump did, by Trump order, and Trump not solely did that. They are Rothschild and Co. And they silenced Ghislaine Maxwell. Shut up, you will pardon, and you will have money. If not, you will die. And she shut up. And this is one of five. There are five networks. One of these five was Jeffrey Epstein. There are four others remain with their network for serve these persons who rule the world and their core. Means clubs, members in offshores. Their lifestyle, they not believe in climate crisis. They create and they not believe in that because they faith not to science, not to God, to Satan. They believe in that they will survive, but people, billions will die. Climate crisis will kill, billions kill. Poor countries, Africa, oh, what Africa doing? Oh, so bad. They increase their population. When our planet is so small, blah, 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 blah. This official said. British monarchy said that. Trump said that, means that. Others said that. This fact. And they counting. Climate crisis can kill billions. 100 millions, billions. And this good. You know, I think that because this truths, who they create this crisis, they create this system which create this crisis, and they even planning to do more. Big war. Big war they aim long time. And For that, they already start act. Putler invasion, full-scale military invasion into Ukraine, is part of this big war. Other parts, Israel, Iran, United States, if they will Trump, Trump, not Trump, same position. Means Rothschild and Co. person in White House. There are China, Taiwan. There are others also country can involve, and big war will occur, which will take resources because they are allied, their security, world order one will with loud noise. World order we should other will have no this this good CCP better in the world. Becoming people, this is no joke. And this war should take billions of lives. They're counting approximately 3 billion people should remain. 3 billion. 3 billion. 3.5, no. But today more than 8 billion. This means 5 billion should die. They aim. I'm talking about that, who they, and they plan. And also they very good know when they will launch this big war, and this they call it that big crisis. Rothschild and call it that final crisis for what? For new world order, to new world map. And new world order means new world institutions, which will have power mandatory rule world, which not was previously. But today's United Nations, even Security Council can act by veto rights, permanent members, but some countries will resist and there will some form of sanctions which not will affect and nothing serious. But in this new world order, all will fully mandatory. Directly, and remaining countries means new map, they will obligate do that. And ruler, head of this new world institution will Rothschild and Co. Other name, they today even remain acting secretly, as John Fitzgerald Kennedy called them secret society, that's true. And by big war, by new world order, they will come publicly rule world. This form, as I said. United States not will longer exist. There will 2, 3, or 2 countries. I'm talking about Rothschild and Co., which one of main base into United States. Another one in Britain. Another one in Germany. Developed countries. Of course, Russia not will. In their plan, Russia will, because they're collaborating with Putin. I will later come what actually will happen if we will act. But are now talking about their plan, and this correct. And then who will fight climate crisis in wartime, in war situation, in war when across the war? Well, in Ukraine, for example, they are Putin fascists and Ukraine fighting. Hey, no, do that because it's affecting our climate. Hey, also not do that because it also, and that's all true. And who will listen? Think about that. In war, if they will able succeed launch big war, this climate crisis will reject it finally. Deniers will act, creating new world order, and they believe they fate again to Saturn. And they take power for rule world, and that's true, undeniable, because they fate to Saturn. Therefore, they fate to Saturn very strong. Their position that. Their lifestyle, which I said, their view of world and what they think about Earth people, I also said, nothing. Garbage. 3 billion enough. And all this 3 billion will chip it as slavery, literally slavery. System will high tax, knows where we'll call it. All this one, cheap meat, cheap in brain, cheap everywhere, cheap slavery. And that's true. They aim that. Even today in America, there is serious action for divide country. They are official persons even call it. A red state should separate themselves from blue states. Officially, you're thinking this joke. They will immediately use that in time when this finally they will realize the big war plan. I said that is true. But now how we can prevent and do that not difficult. Here main word this. Do that not difficult. Not so easy, but not difficult. We're standing with Ukraine, we're removing their Putler, their big war plan will collapse. Finally. If not, they will take White House, how they prepare in 2024 take back White House. I know that. They will use very high tech brainwash technology. Remember you, Cambridge Analytica, who not decided voters, huge percentage, 15 approximately. This means 100% you win. If this undecided, we'll back you. And for that, they have program. They used that in 2016. They used American election. They used that in Brexit referendum. And all that illegitimate, unlawful. And they put their money, put their spies, put their oligarchs into United States, into Britain, and Trump appear White House, and British by fraud Brexit leave EU. This already occurred because this system, brainwash system, they will use in 2024 much more powerful system and also huge scale of money, huge scale, which never was before. But we can prevent that. How I said about crackdown the big war plan, and we know who they and for what they prepare in 2024. And also, you already know, I saying you that, this universe unity saying you that. For fight, stop climate crisis, what we shall do. Political establishment will fail. Therefore, no wait, no look at political establishment. Hey, please act. COP28. Please mention their phase out from fossil fuel. This is not very helpful. If they will mention phase out from fossil fuel, this is not will work. They're not planning to do that. What they plan to do, I said. Who they wish, in which their position, I also said. So us should be billions, same day, across world, streets and squares. Billions. We have only this people. Believe me. If you fail, organize and do that, you will fail. You climate crisis fighters. You asking, demanding from politicians act. You failing, hey, Biden or others. This climate crisis deniers, Sunak, Rishi Sunak. You failing. We act, demanding. We will act. We will protest. You demanding. But yourself, you shall do that. This is your obligation. Climate crisis fighters, human rights fighters, corruption, money laundering fighters, employees' right protectors, means trade unions call it, I think. Greta Thunberg, Extinction Rebellion, United States, Bill McCabe, Naomi Klein, Australia, Africa, Vanessa Nakate, and others all. In 1 year, starting from today, July 9th, during 1 year, no more, you already shall fully organized and shall be same day across world billions. You shall do that. Otherwise, other one, you will fail. You climate crisis fighters, you. Because only this chance we have. Here, Extinction Rebellion co-founder Helen look which they position. Here a tweet from Kevin. Kevin Anderson Twitter. Now I will read you. But first I will read this tweet from The Guardian newspaper. United Nations says climate change out of control after likely hottest week on record. Professor Steve Austin tweeting, to have a 50-50 chance of staying approximately 1.5 degrees Celsius. Developed nations must eliminate all fossil fuel use no later than 2035. There are no non-radical futures, saying Kevin Anderson. And this tweet from Professor Steve Austin. They developed, again I'm reading this, to have a 50-50 chance of staying 1.5 degrees Celsius. For that, developed nations must eliminate all fossil fuel use no later than 2035. There are no non-radical futures, saying Kevin Anderson. And here another tweet from Kevin Anderson. Agree greening BAU nonsense will get us now here. If we are serious about 1.5 2 degrees Celsius, actually we have only 1.5 degrees Celsius. We need something akin to a Marshall Plan style political agenda. Do I think there much chance to such a political agenda? No. But is it impossible to envisage and walk towards such an agenda? No. Tweeting Kevin Anderson. And now about Extinction Rebellion founder. Tweet from Lucas Winnips. News. Extinction Rebellion founder banned from coming to the Netherlands for lecture. British climate activist and co-founder of Extinction Rebellion, Roger Hallam, will not be allowed by British authorities to leave the country. And here, this Roger Hallam, co-founder of Extinction Rebellion, on crisis, disruption, and democracy. is July in Amsterdam. This is Roger Hallam. Why British government banned it? He was arrested for 4 months for peaceful but disobedience action in London. I think this was in London. After that, he should be in some period of time, one year, yeah, during 1 year, still 1 year. Each day he should come to police station. He should appear into police station. It means he banned leave country during this 1 year. Nonsense. Democratic country, such thing doing in authoritarian regime. Putin, Ilham Aliyev, other dictatorships. You can't leave country. But this happening in Britain and in climate crisis case. Extinction Rebellion, one of Syria's important organization who fighting climate crisis and how they act as climate crisis deniers. Another fact check. And this tweet from Ben Hodge, I already said that, and I now reading. And this I addressing this Ben Hodge and my position to again to leaders of NATO members which coming to Vilnius, and their summit will appear in July 12 and July 13. Ben Hodge tweeting, invitation now doesn't mean instant accession. Again, invitation now doesn't mean instant accession. Ask Sweden. So, no threat of instant war for NATO. But anything short of an unmistakable concrete path to membership for Ukraine in NATO is a victory for the Putler, Kremlin. Place Ukraine on a path to NATO membership. And this means invitation. Very important, crucial. Do that, NATO. How Twitter, Elon Musk Twitter. We have examined some of the most widely shared false and misleading tweets about the war in Ukraine in recent weeks, all posted by Twitter Blue subscribers whose content is promoted by the platform. Mainly this false, disinformation about Ukraine war. This Twitter's Blue, who paid this $8 per month. This Elon Musk. Another fact check. And about this Zuckerberg, Maha Hussein, removing tweets, this new Zuckerberg Twitter, removing tweets until guarantees are provided to protect users' personal data. Tweeting Maha Hussein again. Removing tweets until guarantees are provided to protect users' personal data. Soon to remove all Meta apps as well. Very bold and very right choice. Already years reject Zuckerberg's tools. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, etc. And of course rejecting this new one, call it treats. And I call you, follow me, no do mistake. Reject the tweets, and we planning leave Twitter. This will happen. I no change my decision. I hope Mastodon will do more, and maybe the other one will appear, will acceptable, maybe Blue Sky, maybe, I don't know. But I hope Mastodon will do more. I say. Thomas Ilves, Estonia. Thomas Ilves, in Israel, fascist authority extremists of apartheid state. If you will deny that, how you can? But you hear tweeting about Macron, but this not only you hear, that is China tweeting too. Macron blocks the NATO outpost in Japan because China complains more on Politico. Macron again, he was very serious attempt Herr Putler failed. Now he at Xi Jinping in CCP. NATO outpost in Japan, very important, very crucial, very needed, and should happen. And Macron, another mistake, they should be corrected. In Japan, should be NATO outpost. Same tweeted Thomas Ilve, same. Macron blocks NATO outpost in Japan amid Chinese complaints. About Greta, a court of Sweden, of course, arrest for 6 months Greta. This will absolutely injustice. Really. She was peaceful demonstration with disobedience, and fine, even fine, they should be rejected by court. And why? I try said that by my English. Climate crisis, judges across world, justices across world, particularly in developed countries, in EU countries. Climate crisis. You already shall put yourself above this system injustices when they're using this maybe existing rule. For example, they block it, these tanker, these trucks with oil, gas for leave these oil facilities. Maybe by law this not normal. Huh? But you justices, you can realize that and say that. Yes, in one case, Greta Thunberg and team violate this small one, which can be resolved fine, not arrest, of course. But other case, they're fighting for Sweden too, to Swedish people too, to Sweden country too, and also to all world. They're fighting climate crisis. And you can side with them. I call you for that. Side with Greta Thunberg, Swedish judges. Greta Thunberg and team who fighting climate crisis. And it's not only about Sweden, developed countries, court, justices. Already time also join to us for fight climate crisis. Your position can be helpful, I say. And here, one also news absolutely unacceptable how this organization can allow money from fossil fuel but represent themselves as they fighting climate crisis. Listen, from The Guardian, climate groups accept millions from charity linked to fossil fuel investments. Their worldwide fund too, their they logo. They too absolutely unacceptable. Evil world, the system so evil. They everywhere. How they acting by schemes. Okay, people. Today this, people. I together with you, my mission from Universe Unity. My mission end Cold War. This was happening before your eyes. Together with nations, we did that. My mission did that. Together with peoples, nations. We ended Cold War. Soviet Union collapsed. These countries under Soviet Union control take liberation, independent, and Cold War was ended. This is my power. This universe unity power. But my mission not was for only for end Cold War. This was very important end Cold War because for that what today happening system rule the world and which this system which system already you know I hope finally evil satanic system rule the world. And who own of this system I also said. And my mission call it rescue you. Why that? When I said about that, their climate crisis not was come to this level. Rescue you because climate crisis death sentence. And together we can. We have chance. Remain. But without delay. For what you shall do, Earth people, simply go streets and squares, same day, worldwide. And this will enough. After that, we will act. We will go to election stations. We will elect who we will choose, not this political establishment. We will do that. We will change all that. And this will happen. Do that not difficult, and you will survive. Because decision taken by political elected politicians. They obligate, they have power to that, their decisions and implementation of their decision. But today, political establishment, as we're seeing, fully failing, and we not have time, and no wait from them. They will act needed for stop climate crisis. Not will happen. And again, for finally understand who they who rule the world, and what I today said again, that truth, you can watch what they're doing against me. They control me. Who they? Trio, officially trio, undeniable. Putler, Ilham Aliyev, Netanyahu. Putler boss, all that doing against me, keeping me under control by system terror and torture each second, daily, nightly, during this decade of years. This Ilham Aliyev and Ilham Aliyev authority. Police and DTH means security service. Generals and other generals means top specialists in banking, in brigades, fully equipped by bayonet weapons, electronic weapon, bayonet weapon, sonic weapon, bayonet weapon, and very high-tech devices, programmed devices, top secret devices, not already publicly devices, as NSO, Pegasus, not much more high level. And these high-tech devices supplying and helping Ilham Aliyev by Netanyahu fascist authority of apartheid state of Israel, by Mossad. Mossad, what now this second also participate, and they controlled me by terror torture. They aim by this system terror and torture, kill me, stop me, other words. And this happening before your eyes. And what they're doing against me, you see. How much money they're spending during this decade of years? These figures correct. $150 billion with plus. With plus means continuation of that. And fully under control. How much money I said, how many them I also said, in each second no less than 100 in bunker, and in bunker totally no less than 250, 200 and 420 of them, this Sodom Gomorrah version of here called this Petuch, immoral without frame. Sodom Gomorrah version lifestyle, and this based on their faiths and what they're doing. You see, is purely satanic, and they're doing that. They doing that, and they feeling they try implement into me, and using for that this high techs and this Israel Mossad doing. Helping Ilham Aliyev. Both Putin. They several times crashed my bone even by this system, terror and torture. Means torture is torture. Before your eyes. Against me, they do that for keep me under control, and my mission against their interests. Behind scene of this trio Netanyahu, actually Putin, Ilham Aliyev, Netanyahu, behind them, of course, Rothschild and Co. No doubt, undeniable. And my mission against their interests, as you see. For that, they're keeping me under control. For that, they terrorized, tortured me. For keep their interest, for keep their authority, for keep their 100 billions, trillions, even about Rothschild, their trillions. Money for protect, survive the system, and Ilham Aliyev protect the authority, his authority, same about Putin, same about Netanyahu, also for realize about Netanyahu. Realize the fascist plan, annexation of Palestine, and not only Palestine. This happening before your eyes. Against me, what they're doing. This dirt for separate me from you, from people, dirt, dirt, dirt. Torture for kill me, destroy my health. After that, my my resistance for the advancing, for the torture will less, and means for them this will ease. After that, stop me means kill me. They counting that. But this not will occur because I have power from universe unity. I have radar, keeping them, keeping my health, but they how brutally terrorized, tortured me, you feeling. And the same person who behind climate crisis, who resisting act on climate crisis, who counting you should die, billions of you should die, the same persons. I said that again, for finally you shall realize in your mind who they. They are no waste time, no wait from them, some action. So we together can. In Soviet evil empire was called Soviet Union in Cold War. Together with nations, we acting and we succeed. Now I know exactly. Together we can act and we will succeed. Simply do that. My mission for you. From universe unity. Exactly and directly my mission for you. For that, my mission exists. But together. My mission possible only in civilized form. Not, I can't remain. My mission can't continue if I will remain under this system, terror and torture. This not will occur. This impossible. Not will happen. Means if you will watch, in my case, on political establishment, this also will be another mistake. I call you, directly contact me, call my name, directly go to contact, protect my rights, fight for that together with me. And I will know those people acting together with me is much more powerful than now. When you watching this political establishment, United States, EU, and many of them sided with Ilham Aliyev. Ilham Aliyev remained untouchable. Not for that what he did and doing against me, but this Nuremberg process. But there are the crime from Ilham Aliyev here in Azerbaijan. Tartar massacre. This is also crime against humanity. But Ilham Aliyev remained untouchable for that reason. He kept him under control by this system, terror and torture, and Western countries, so-called democracies, behind scene, back at Ilham Aliyev. I should be under control. Think about that today. And we're much more powerful when we're together. Remember that. I say, today I'm Chinghiz together with you as people.